Cinematics tutorial, take one, go. What's up guys, it's Bullet and I'm bringing you a cinematics tutorial for every game, but I'm just gonna show it in MW2 here because I got the game rolling on the PC here, and this is the only game which on the PC which looks the most like the Xbox, or I mean like the console versions, and I guess most of the people who are watching this have a console which they record on, if they record. So therefore, I'm gonna show this in MW2. So what you do, you go to a private match, and by the way, I'm borrowing my friend's account here. Alright. So we want to select the map. Doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna pick a small map for now. Rust. No, I don't want Rust. Yeah, I'll do Rust. Change the game mode. Doesn't depend. I'm just gonna go team deathmatch here. Drop this on unlimited to have some time. And spectating free. That's what you want to set. And I believe it doesn't really matter. Oh, and make sure hardcore is enabled, because you want the HUD removed. And in Blackops you can just select remove HUD, as far as I know. So once that's set up, then we're gonna go. Let's see, do I have closer? Yeah, I do. Yes, I had a noob tube in there. They might can't remember. Alright, so map's loading. I hope this is not gonna lag, because it probably will, because my PC ain't that strong anymore. So we're just gonna check. So you load the map, and then you wanna press escape, I guess. It's start or something, and there we go. We can move ourselves freely like that. So we wait for the game to start, and now we'll search a nice spot here. Alright, so this works different. So for example, you wanna set a nice angle which you wanna use. For example, I'll go with an angle like this, and what you wanna do is wanna go all the way over there, so like that, bit up and down. You just wanna set a nice angle and just go to the left. For example, I'm just gonna, there we go. You just go to the left, and it's gonna look like this, which is actually looking pretty smooth. And then you have one record, and then of course you can, this is going to be hard on the PC, but on the Xbox or PS3 this is a bit easier. For example, you can do some sort of rotation kind of thing, and it's hard to like make a steady move with your mouse. Well, that's what I think. And you can just do something like this, like go around the map. And you could even like place a friend, for example, over here, and then like do something like this, and it'll look really epic. Alright, so I'll see you in the next part. Alright, so welcome to part 2. This is gonna be the editing of your cinematics, and we're gonna start off with After Effects here. And if you don't have After Effects or don't want to use it, then click the annotation. You will be taken to the Vegas part, or there will be some sort of description thingy where you click and whatever. Alright, so first off, you want to make a new composition. I got my clip dragged in here, by the way. So you want to drag this into and create a new composition with this. And actually we don't want this because my screen was fucked up. So we're gonna just create a new composition here. These settings here, 1280 by 720. By the way, I recommend you putting your the video on full screen and as high like quality as possible, so you can follow this the best possible. Alright, so we're gonna click OK. Then we got comp at 1, and we're just gonna call this cinematics, just for shits and giggles. Alright, so we can close this one, and then we're gonna drag in our footage here, like that. So what we wanna do, wanna stretch it out first, make sure fits. And if you have a PVR, you probably won't have to do this, but this is just because we record on PC and I haven't recorded on PC for a long time, so my settings probably weren't the best. So I think this actually like that. How smooth is this looking? Let me Alright, it's good enough. You get the point. It's not important for now. So let's fit it up to 100%. And what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna start off by color correcting our clip. And I'm just gonna drag to the point where I have the cinematics, because you just saw all this. Oh, you gotta make composition a bit longer. Shit, I haven't done this in a while. Composition settings. Let's just do it like that. Ooh, here we go. Drag this out. Alright, I guess. Alright. So we want to have the straight line for now because that's the simplest to edit. Alright, like that. And here. So gonna press Alt and the button to the left of your P, to the right of your P. I don't know how it's called, some sort of a weird bracket. And then when we're done here, we're gonna do the same, but then with the other button, and as you'll see, it will split this part, and we're gonna do the same here with this layer, which is our footage. And to be honest, the adjustment layer just should be spread out like that. So we're gonna drag this in here, and let's see, clips around 15 seconds. So we're just gonna make a composition 15 seconds, just so we won't have to deal with all the other random bullshit. Alright, there we go. Just drag this out, just, you know. Alright, so we've got our clip here, and actually this is the part where it really starts. And as you'll notice, first thing you'll notice is the time, for example. And normally I would turn off Xfire, and you won't have this problem on PVR. And the spectating, I believe they took it out on Blackops, but on MW2 this is still the issue. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna drag out our footage. Let me just. Now I'm dragging out the adjustment layer accidentally. I keep making the mistakes. So do it like this, and preferably you can just kind of choose what you want. You can also just keep messing around till the spectate is to have as much as you want. But I'm just gonna go with the middle here. That's how I want it. Alright, so what we've got here is our footage, and as you see, we got rid of the HUD pretty much, and now we've got just like this movement here. Looks nice, and except that part, but that doesn't matter. So what we're gonna drag this over here to the beginning, and now we're gonna start color correcting. So we've got our effects and presets here. We're gonna search for curves to start off with, and drag it on the adjustment layer. Alright, if you have never used color curves, then you've got like these modes. Start off with RGB, which is basically some sort of brightness and contrast balance, which we'll get later to. And you got red, green, blue, and alpha. And pretty much if you like, for example, we take red, and when we drag this up, there's going to be a lot of red, and when we drag it down, there's going to be almost no red. And clicking this button right here will make it a straight line again. So usually most people, what they do in their color curves, just select the RGB, and usually it's something like this. And well, this is a bad example because it's just quick, and then you'd have like the highlights coming out, the shadows being a bit darker and everything. But we are gonna do that, but we're gonna make it a bit better. So start off with the RGB, and I hope it won't take too long for me this time. Alright, let me see here. Right, this is a nice view to check, and I wanna really make it a bit darker here, so something like this. Let's just leave it like this for now, because you're never gonna get it right in one shot. So we're gonna click the red now, because Rust is a map where a lot of red color is active. Well, you see a lot of yellow now, but believe me, same like Quarry, if you put up the red a bit, it will have this warm looking effect. And for example, Skid Row has loads of green in it, so if you're editing on Skid Row, then you want to have the green turn up. Well, that's how I like it because there are also well, sorry there are also people who like to turn blue up, for example, on a green map, and you know when that's alright. I can't get out of my words. So let's just continue. So we're gonna drag up the red a little first off, and till we're set. So this is looking good. Let me see if I drag this down. I want to make the shadows a bit more. Alright, this ain't looking too nice. Let's see. We got green, blue. Maybe if we drag the green and the blue a bit down. I think that won't work. No, it's actually working. And turn the RGB up. Basically, if you're editing like this, you're just gonna be messing around, and I can't really get my. Well, I'd say this is okay, but it isn't really that good. No, that's too red. So what you're also gonna do, basically, this ain't perfect, but I'm not gonna make it perfect because of time issues. So we're gonna search for brightness and contrast here and drag it down there. So I just dragged it in the effect controls, and we're just gonna fool around with the brightness and the contrast, for example. So as you can see right here, this is like, I don't know, this is looking quite ugly, but it's also looking not bad. Let's see. I'm trying to make something a bit dark. Not too dark. Don't want to mess around with the contrast too much. Alright. I don't know. Over here it's looking good. Over here it's looking shit. But I'm not gonna free keyframe like anything. I don't really feel like doing that. Maybe if I... Let me get the RGB again. Do it a bit like this. Let's see. Alright. So just keep it this way for now. Usually what you want to do, you just want to keep going till you got a nice looking picture. But I'm not going to do that for now, just for the sake of this video. So what you're going to do is you want to make a new adjustment layer. Alright, and we're just going to call the first adjustment layer CC, which stands for color correction. And then we're going to call this the blur border. Alright, so we're going to zoom out so we have a nice view of our video right there. And make sure you select the blur border and then click the pen tool, or G. And what we're going to do now is we're going to drag a shape over the video. I'm just going to show it like here. And make sure the lines aren't like straight, just make them a little bit messy like I'm doing here. And you'll see what we're going to do with this later. But basically we're creating a mask, and a mask allows us to add a certain effect only to a certain area of the video, which is between the lines. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna search for blur, and then it should be fast blur. Here we are, and drag it on the effect. And watch this. Right, first you draw up the blur a lot, and right now it is looking like shit. I mean, let me see. You know, pointless. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go over to our blur border, select the masks, and then invert it. Yeah, and it's still not looking too good. And then we're gonna select the mask feather, and we're gonna drag this up, and there we go. We've got a nice looking border. And basically I've used this in all the weekly judgments thingies, and I mainly use this in every single cinematic I edit. It actually looks pretty good, as you can see right here. And you're pretty much set. This, you can also like mess around with the expansion. So for example, you can make it go away. You can make it deeper. For this is just show off. For example, you can do it like this, or what you could do is you could maybe keyframe like you want to do it, fill it up like this, then select the keyframe, and over here I don't know, usually you wouldn't do this because it's looking pretty weird, but you could also do something like this, and then you'll have this sort of effect, you know. Alright, so that's pretty much it for After Effects. We're gonna start the Vegas part now. Alright, so we're in Vegas now, and I'm gonna show you how to edit your cinematics in Sony Vegas here. So we got the footage already imported because it's gonna take a shit age before it will be done. And as you can see right here, first of all, is you see two mouses. You can see this is like the computer trying to um, I don't know, kind of predict the next frame where it's gonna be, and that's why you're gonna see the mouse. So first things first, you're gonna right click your video layer, select switches, and select disable resample, and it's done. And it will remove, like, I don't know if now I can't show you anymore, but normally it would be some sort of track behind the mouse, for example, because because of the resample. So we're gonna, I believe it was, no, not M. We're gonna press G. Oh shit. We're gonna press G first, and it's gonna remove the audio because we don't need audio in our cinematics. And now, as you can see, the resolution isn't set alright, and this is just my fraps struggle. So if you wanna, how did I do that always? You can go to properties. We're gonna make, yeah, you got maintain aspect ratio here. Press OK, and oh my god, we're done. Alright, so let's just search the part that we want to edit, and we're just gonna do the same thing we did in After Effects. Let me see, almost there. Something around here. Yeah, I really struggle with my mouse. Alright, so this is where we're gonna start. So we're gonna drag this over here, drag this to the beginning of the clip, and this is where it ends. Alright, sweet. So we've got our clip over here. You see? Alright. So first thing we want to do is we want to get rid of the spectating, the time, and this over here. Basically the HUD. And on Blackops you can just smoothly remove it by, I believe in the theater mode there's a button for it. So you press the button and bam, there goes the HUD. But for example, if you accidentally record it with the HUD and you don't know how to get rid of it, this is how we're gonna do. You're gonna press the pen and crop tool here. Alright, and it's set like that because usually I have two screens. And let me just find out how I can. Alright, so over here we can see a preview a bit. We're gonna drag this out, and then we're gonna smoothly zoom in. And oh my god, this is working too good. And on After Effects we use this part of the video, and let's just, let me see if I did it correct. Alright, and now we just want to make sure there aren't like any black lines because you're on the outside of it. Let's see how this looks. This looks good enough, so we're gonna close this. And alright, so now you've only got your footage of the, the footage you want to use. You got rid of all this bullshit. So we're gonna start editing this. So let's start off with adding curves, and then add in I guess 2 for now. And basically what curves does, it can, like, you got the RGB red, green, blue here, and like what you can do, RGB is sort of the highlight, shadows, balance. And by the way, we want to add in a brightness and contrast here. Where is it? Here we go. And then you got red. So if you drag up this, wait, why isn't it? Oh, all right. Like if you do this, then the red will be, there will be more red, and if you can take it down like this, then it'll be pretty much no red. So shit, I don't know how to correct this to be fair. Shit. Oh wait, just right click and reset, right? No, again. Alright, I'm just gonna delete this. Sorry. I know this looks pretty stupid, but I haven't used Vegas in a while. I always do my color corrections in After Effects, so if you're watching this and you don't have After Effects, and I recommend getting it. But Vegas also is possible. So first off, usually what you want to do is you want to drag the shadows down and then highlights up, and you get a bit of a smoother look to it, something like this. We want to go for a warm looking red kind of feeling. So I'm not sure, no, this ain't possible in Vegas. So we're gonna select the other, and then we're gonna select the red, and we wanna drag this up because we wanna have more red in the video. Right, there we go. So we've got a bit of a warm looking here. Then we're gonna go to brightness and contrast, and drag down the brightness a bit, drag up the contrast, not too much. Gonna be alright, and well, it's not bad. Well, it's too much contrast. Let's just keep it like this. It ain't too bad. I think it's actually it's looking alright. Let's just stick with that. So now we've got our animation here and color effects. The color. Alright, guys. I just tried to give in the blur effect you saw in the After Effects video. It ain't working out too good in Vegas. It is possible, but I just recommend doing that in After Effects. So we're gonna delete this here, and now I've got this looking pretty good. And I believe there was some sort of a straight line somewhere. Let me search. Let me see. Where I just go straight forward and do it. Yeah, I believe. Alright, this is good enough. So we're gonna split the video here, select this, and you can do the same in After Effects if people using After Effects are still watching this. And this is a nice looking effect that's used a lot lately in videos. Basically what you want to do, you want to keyframe the zoom like that, and I want to give it a bit of a small drag, and it's gonna look something like this. And that's used a lot, and you can just fool around with that. And let me see if I can play it here. No, it's looking pretty nice, and that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you really can get it to use, and until next time, this has been Bullet, and I'm out.